What's happening, everybody? Welcome to ADD GT. I'm AJ. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we are covering the Tokyo Expressway, one of our money makers, and this is post update 1.31. A lot's changed. You know, I've only done it a few times now. This is the results from my first run. It was not great. Man, just so much has changed about this. It's insane. Like, just a massive amount. Can't even believe it. It's like just running a totally new race. But, so I'm still running my C7 2014 6.2. The performance point values did change on this last update. So I was actually able to add a little bit more horsepower and a little bit more downforce. Now I kind of went heavy on the horsepower the first time, but I found that tire wear was significantly greater, and the downforce definitely helped alleviate that. So my first couple attempts were not great. I did win, but it was not a clean race at all. And I found quite a few different factors here that really changed this entire structure of this race. And honestly, at first it was very frustrating, and I wasn't sure exactly what had happened. I was like, did they nerf my car? I tried another car, same result. Anyways, we quickly narrowed it down, hammered it out, and found that it was the hydroplaning physics have changed, or aquaplaning, depending on what you prefer. But yeah, that would made all the difference, actually. So whenever I got into the wet, like in this clip here, see that I slide and I lose a lot of speed and time, and I almost hit the barrier. And in like my previous video before the update, you may remember me going through that corner in that section, even in the first lap, much faster, and that caught me off guard a little. It was definitely a learning curve, but I think we finally got it figured out and hammered out, and you pretty much just have to follow the dry lines, just like you were doing, your license in S10. Basically, that experience is going to come in really, really handy with this now. As you can see, that Mercedes AMG just went into the wall. Now, in the past, I was able to go side by side with those AI cars through that section without issue. As you can see, that is not the case now. So, we've definitely got some changes going on here. Another big one was the tire wear and the overall dynamics of them have changed significantly. So, for example, when your tires are hot, they grip really well, they're sticky, and then you run them in water, via driving through wet roads, and you quickly lose that. And it can take a few seconds to get that grip back, get the water knocked off the tire and get it warmed up again. But that definitely seems to be a much bigger factor than it was before. As far as the actual handling characteristics, I haven't noticed anything with my C7 that really stood out, worthy of writing home about. But, the Group 3 race cars so far, the ones I've looked at, I'll get into that later on another video, but, that's another story. Those guys have changed significantly. So... Ouch, that sucks, right? So, normally I do really, really well on this race. I went ahead and skipped forward, I was able to consistently do this one clean and take P1 at the end of it by 25 to 30 seconds, depending on how quickly I was able to manage traffic, what have you, variables. My lap times were much worse. I was always getting like a 209, 210 at least, at least one lap throughout the race. And this time I think my best one was 211 and .746. So, that was kind of hard to deal with personally, but, honestly, a little bit of patience and perseverance is going to go a long way with this. You know, I think that it's still going to be doable to get consistent wins and clean races. You know, I think it's just going to take a little bit of practice and kind of understanding that, you know, hydroplaning is just going to be a more prevalent issue at this point, you know, which is a good thing in my opinion, because as it is a simulator, the physics that they added do seem to be substantially more realistic. So, you know, it's pretty impressive where we're going with the technology these days, and honestly, it's amazing. You know, it's pretty great stuff to see. Glad it's happening in my lifetime. You know, so you know, I definitely wrecked quite a few times. Had a couple fender benders here and there. Had a little bit of fun. You know, I did get a question about my last build on the Tokyo Expressway, and you know, they were asked if it worked in the new update. You know, that morning I had a little bit of time before I had to go to work. Literally just a little bit of time, so I busted out a couple laps, and I didn't really notice anything this morning. It wasn't until I got home from work and really started playing and getting down on the get down, so to speak, and that's when I really noticed that things had changed significantly. So I do apologize about that. This is my new tuning setup. It's relatively the same as the old one, you know, so yeah, if you guys want to roll with that, go for it. I do recommend the high downforce, because you're going to definitely cook some tires, you know. You can see on the last lap here, it's pretty dry. I'm driving a little sloppy still, you know. I'm still trying to get the feel for everything. You know, I've definitely scraped some paint, and I've already lost my clean race bonus, so it is what it is, right?
It was at this moment he knew he messed up.
Yeah, glad I don't have to pay for that. So just so you guys know that I did that on purpose, it's 100% deliberate. I was just making sure that you know, the barriers were sound and safe for everybody else. Yeah, but yeah, I gotta say though, there's quite a few things I could have done without the update. Oh my gosh, man, I don't know why we got a dang soccer mom minivan, but we did. You know, I was kind of hoping for like a more modern GTO, or maybe a Lotus Esprit or a Vector, or, you know, something neat. But you know, a minivan, yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, fun stuff, guys. But other than that, I love the update. You know, it seems like a lot of people don't agree, so please let me know in the comments what you guys think about the update. Are you guys digging it? Do you hate it? You know, what do you think of the different races? I personally was a little disappointed about the Nürburgring endurance race, but thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe.